Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making raspberry white chocolate scones. They're quick, they're easy, and anyone can make them. Let's get started. So in a large bowl, you're going to add 2 cups of flour, 1/3 cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And so I just take a whisk and I combine everything together. It helps to also fluff the flour up and get it nice and aerated. So here I have 5 tablespoons of cold cream cheese that I cubed into smaller pieces. You can also grate that as well. I'm also going to grate 5 tablespoons of cold butter. So what I like to do is to place my cream cheese and my butter in the freezer about an hour before I start baking. This helps to make sure everything is nice and firm and cold. For our wet ingredients, we're going to need 1/2 cup of heavy cream or half and half, whichever you have, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 large egg. Now whisk this all together and place on the side. So now we're going to blend our cold butter and cream cheese into our flour. I'm using a pastry blender. You can use a fork. So if you are familiar with making a pie crust, you know that you still want to have some bits of butter and cream cheese in your flour. I aim for more of a pea size, not too small, not too big. Now just pour your liquid ingredients into your flour ingredients. Using a spoon, you are going to stir, press, fold all your ingredients together as best as you can without over mixing it. So the next step, my camera decided not to record. I added 1 cup of fresh raspberries and 1 cup of white chocolate. And unfortunately, my camera decided to time itself out and I wasn't able to capture that. But if you are familiar with my other videos, I always show how I press my dough into a round shape and I flatten it about 1 inch thick. Then I also slice it into 8 wedges. So you can go ahead and watch one of my other videos for the next step. Now here I have all of my wedges on a pre-lined baking sheet. And I'm just brushing the tops with some heavy cream. So not only will this heavy cream help to brown the tops of our scones, but it will also help to adhere the sprinkles or the sugar that we sprinkle on top of our scones. And as you can see, each of the scones are just loaded with raspberries and white chocolate. And next you're going to sprinkle the tops of your scones with some sanding sugar or this sparkling sugar that I have. You can use whatever you have on hand. When you're done with this step, you're going to bake your scones in a 400-degree preheated oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. Keep watching, it all depends on how hot your oven is. For the glaze, you're going to need 1 cup of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract or whatever emulsion flavor you like, 4 to 6 tablespoons of heavy cream. It all depends on the consistency you want for your glaze or your icing. So are you an icing lover like me? I like a little glaze on top of my pastries, but I know some people prefer not to have all the extra sweet on top of their pastries and they just prefer to go without. Let me know in the comments, are you a glaze lover or are you more of a plain, less sugar lover? I like this consistency right here. Not too thick, not too runny. Just enough where I can still see my lines on top of my scones. So when I took my scones out of the oven, I let them cool completely. I think it took about 30 minutes in my house because it's like winter here. Go ahead, let them completely cool, and then you're going to drizzle or you're going to just spread your icing on top of your scones. And now that they're all baked up, you can see all of the raspberries just bursting out of those scones. I haven't found anyone yet that doesn't like these scones. I mean, I bake them for friends, family, neighbors, and they all love these scones. And here they are, just beautiful and delicious. If you try this recipe, please let me know in the comments. And if you haven't seen my other videos, go ahead, check them out. I hope you enjoy them. And thanks again for stopping by. Bye.